What is going on, guys? This is Mythic Emperor here, and I'm bringing you a Black Ops 3 tips and tricks video for a combat knife, or any melee weapon you want to use. So first off, I'm going to list you the advantages and disadvantages. For at close range, you could wreck enemies, but you have very little range, and enemies with a gun can easily out-kill you, like, easily. You stand no chance at range. But if you sneak up behind them and flank them, or even if you want to play a little campy, you're pretty set, man. Okay, so there's a few types of maps that knives are really prevalent on, and they work really well. You want to play on smaller maps like Nuketown or Skyjacked, because these maps are really small. You have enemies have limited range from being able to shoot you, and you have massive advantage. So there are several spots that you'll see in this gameplay, such as, for example, on Nuketown. Up the staircase, by the door on the second floor, that is a great spot because many enemies will fly up or go up the stairs and they'll go past you and basically free kill. There are several types of game modes you want to play on too. Chaos Mosh Pit. This is a great game mode because of Nuketown, of course. Also, you're going to want to take advantage of Nuketown game mode on double XP weekends because you get massive. It's amazing. Also, you're going to want to, if you have the DLC, then you're going to want to play Domination, or if there's no one in lobby, Team Deathmatch will work, or even Mosh Pit. Just try to play Skyjacked as much as you can. You have the DLC and Nuketown if you don't, but both of them are really great maps. For specialists, there are several specialists that'll work really well. The first specialist is if you're trying to get all them camos and stuff, you're going to want to use the Heat Wave from the Fire Break Specialist, because it's basically a massive stun and allows you the opportunity to kill enemies when they're off their guard. There's basically defenseless at that point. Also, but if you're trying to play, just for fun, or you already got it camo and you just like knifing, then I recommend the Purifier, the Gravity Spikes, and the Ripper. There are several reasons for these, because the Gravity Spikes are really great for clearing a room in one go. Just pop it and boom, all dead. The Purifier is great because it gives you a little bit more range, while still not technically being a gun because it's fire. It's just fun. And for the Ripper, of course, you can just hack and slash with lunging like it's an energy sword from Halo. That's what it reminds me of. So also, as far as Tomahawks go, which Tomahawk is a very obvious choice for a melee only class. And this is because, of course, it gives you some range, kind of like a ballistic knife, but you're not shooting anything. So it's really good for being purist when it comes to melee. And you're going to want to be very generous with these Tomahawks. You're not going to be stingy. If you're stingy, you're going to miss out on several opportunities. Even if you're crap with a Tomahawk, and just spam them at an enemy, eventually you're going to get a kill and it's going to be awesome. As for sensitivity goes, you're going to want to use a very high sensitivity. This is because when you're using a regular gun, you're going to want to have a relatively low sensitivity if you're, laying back and sniping or whatever, so you have more accuracy. With a knife, accuracy will not matter that much because you're going to want to be snap and turn and being able to kill these enemies really quickly before they can shoot you with their gun, because they have an advantage. They have an inherent advantage, and you need to be able to be agile and quick and crafty to be able to outsmart and outmaneuver them. For class setup, you're going to want to use a combat knife, which is pretty obvious. That's what the whole build revolves around. What I recommend is taking 2 lethals, both Tomahawks, taking a smoke screen, because if an enemy can't see you, then they're defenseless unless they shoot blindly. But still, it's really great. Or you could use alternatively a concussion. It's basically like a mini heat wave, and it works pretty well against enemies to throw them off balance. The perks? Okay, this perk is a must. You need Ghost. There's so many enemy UAVs up at all times. Ghost is amazing for keeping you hidden and unseen. If they can't see you, they can't kill you. For perk 2, you're going to want to take perk 2 Greed and run Tracker and Hardwired. This is because Hardwired will save you from those counter UAVs, and also from all the tripwires and many things that will save you when you're trying to sneak up on someone who's sniping with a setup Also, you're going to want to use Tracker because that way you could flank enemies very easily. I have so many of my kills just because of using Tracker. And for perk 3, you're going to want to use Blast Suppressor. This is because it is essential that you're silent when you're boosting to get to enemies. You're going to want to do a lot of sliding and thrust jumping to be able to sneak up and outwit enemies. And you're not going to be able to do that if, you know, there's everywhere you go. You're going to want to be silent. You could run dead silence, but I have very few cases that enemies actually turned on me just from me running behind them. And there you go, guys. That is my class setup, Black Ops 3 knifing only. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful in any way, shape, or form, please make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. Join the Mythic Empire today. Mythic Emperor, signing out. Peace.